sentencing, a former school choir director accused of having child pornography changed his plea. News Center 7's Mike Campbell talks about his case that will now move forward to trial.
And that gives me a little heartburn.
Judge Kimberly Melnick was not referring to Matthew Kohler changing his plea, giving her heartburn. The judge said she was worried that his last-minute change of heart would make him give up his right to a speedy trial.
Are you willing to waive your right to a speedy trial?
Yes, ma'am.
The judge then noted that Kohler's lawyer plans to challenge the evidence gathered against him when police served a search warrant.
And you indicated that you will intend at this point to file a motion to suppress in this case.
Kohler is a former choir director who mostly worked at Kettering Middle School, but also did some work at the high school. Police began their investigation after a 19-year-old former student claimed Kohler sent inappropriate texts when that student was still in school.
But I think people are more willing to talk about it too today.
Betty Border told me she's glad that former student spoke up. It led to police launching an investigation and serving a search warrant. Police claim they found child pornography on Kohler's computer or devices, and the grand jury approved charges against him.
Yeah, I think it's just brought out to the forefront now, where before it's just kind of pushed under the rug and let's not talk about it, or maybe because everyone wasn't comfortable talking about it.
Kathy Guns told me she will follow the rest of this case closely. She's glad the former student reported, leading to Kohler being placed on leave and eventually resigning from his school position.
So I think it's pretty brave of a student or a former student to come forward.
Mike Campbell, News Center 7.
Greene County Commissioners met today to talk about the $23 million plan to build a new courthouse in Xenia. Commissioners think it will make work more efficient. The proposed plan would relocate court activity out of the courthouse and move several other departments. As for the current courthouse, commissioners said it won't go anywhere.
It would be more of a museum type building, back the way it was when, years ago when the public could just openly walk in the courthouse.
Not everyone loves the plan. We talked with the juvenile court judge who said the plan would cause probation officers to be separate from judges, which would slow down work. And new at 11, future Hall of Famer manager Terry Francona will come out of retirement to manage the Reds. ESPN is reporting the Reds fired the former Cleveland Guardians skipper to replace David Bell. Now, the Reds fired Bell last month after 6 seasons. Francona will come out of retirement 1 year after stepping away from Cleveland. And there's been a lot of new development in Xenia. That includes the new Greene County Jail. This is being built right now on Greenway Boulevard. Governor DeWine worked with the State House to get $15 million toward the project. The hope is to have the new jail finished during the fall of 2025. The county will name it the Greene County Gene Fisher Correctional Center. Fisher was Greene County Sheriff when he died in 2021. And the city of Beaver Creek has upgraded its salt storage facility ahead of winter. This is on Dayton Xenia Road. You see it here. The upgraded 9-acre site will hold 7,000 tons of salt. It cost a little over $2 million to build. The mayor told us the new building will allow trucks and crews to get in and out faster and safer.
All the storage area they will have over to the side, and this is an amazing facility, and I'm really happy to see it come together.
He went on to say that the levy that was passed, there will be more salt trucks on the road as well. Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn in for Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney. We've been talking a lot about the Northern Lights.
Of course.
A lot of people get excited the second they hear that.
Yep.
So what's the scoop?
Yeah, so the latest is right now it's looking as if Friday night is going to be the better of the two nights. Now, that's not to say you won't see something very late tonight, but as we talked about during our 90 minutes of news earlier this evening, these are really tricky to pinpoint. Any changes in the strength or location can help or hurt our odds. And as a reminder to you, make sure you find a dark place looking north along the horizon. Put your cameras in night mode or long exposure mode. But right now, I don't really think tonight's going to be the night to see them, but still you may want to take a peek out there through about 3 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll repeat that tomorrow night between about 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. Looking live out over Dayton this evening, kind of a pretty look with clear conditions. Temperature 63 degrees, no breeze out there whatsoever. Dew point right around 50. That pressure well over 30.1 inches, an indication that high pressure is in complete control of the weather. Right now, live Doppler 7 radar still dry for us tonight. 55 in Greenville, 54 in Urbana. Oxford, you're still the warm spot right now at 68. Salina checking in there at 59. I want to give you a comparison. Last week, we had severe and even extreme drought conditions across the Miami Valley. And then you notice we get to this week, and you notice now we just have moderate to, in a couple of cases, severe drought conditions. But we've also seen some drought removal across our western counties. We could use some more rain, but unfortunately, we don't have a ton of that in the forecast as we look ahead over the next several days. So we'll keep an eye on that as we get a little bit closer to see if we can maybe make some adjustments to that forecast. At the bus stop tomorrow morning, the kids will likely want a jacket first thing in the morning. 52 degrees, cool temperatures, clear skies to get your day started. Just make sure they bring that jacket home during the afternoon. Highs there topping out in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees. I think as the kids come home, we're still in the 70s, but we'll have a couple more hours of warming, and that should get us to right around 80. Here's a look at Futurecast stuff we plan the next couple of days. Now, we have a dry cold front that's sweeping through the Miami Valley tomorrow, but this really is not going to spark any chance of rain whatsoever for us. That clears out of here just in time for Saturday, a dry start to the weekend. But watch what happens during Sunday. Another cold front looks to sweep in from the northwest. You notice it looks like maybe there's some rain with it, but it's really not going to spark a whole lot for us. Maybe a couple of showers east of Dayton as we get towards Sunday evening. And behind this cold front, it is going to turn much cooler as high pressure is back in control. And by Monday morning, you notice those wind arrows here coming out of the north. That's an indication this is a Canadian high pressure. It's really going to do a number on our temperatures early next week. Going out to the pumpkin patch tomorrow, or perhaps you're doing some other sort of fall activities, we're going to go for a high of 80 degrees in Dayton, a good deal of sunshine out there, and low humidity with that northwest wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Once that cold front comes through, you'll start to notice that wind change there to the northwest. Here's my Storm Center 7-day forecast. We get past the sunny day tomorrow, the weekend looking nice. 77 for Saturday, the cooler of the 2 days. We're up to 83 on Sunday, just ahead of that cold front, and it will be breezy. Then we turn sharply cooler there for Monday and Tuesday with highs only in the upper 60s. And Gabby, I'm looking forward to 4 straight nights next week with overnight lows in the 40s. Perfect for opening the windows.
All right. Thanks a lot, Nick. Well, we know the First Four is not leaving Dayton anytime soon, and now we've learned about the push to bring even more tournament games to the city.